Everybody want to mute?
Welcome. It's 16th of January, well, 2016. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to the Hucolo regular Saturday webinar that we hold every weekend. Jim's with us. He was having a little bit of a break due to family commitments and other issues in life, so we're really happy to have him back, and we just want to extend our gratitude to Kim for filling in and for Roxanne for filling in as well, because Kim was also a little bit under the weather as well. So we've all been supporting each other, helping each other, and I just want to show my gratitude from the group for allowing this to be able to continue. Even when, you know, one person falls out, there's always someone there to pick it up. So a big welcome today. I just want to let people know what's going on. Sabrina's away, basically, for a little bit. So during the month of January, maybe a little bit of February, our beautiful Valerie, say hi, Valerie.
Hi, everybody.
Will be doing the main interactions with the beings. I'll be doing the usual hosting, emceeing. There is a reason why Dan's not here today. It's quite a tragic reason. He's not. He would love to come. I know he would love to be here. He actually did pop in just beforehand. Unfortunately, his really long friend Ringo, I think they were friends for 18 years, passed away. Ringo was his beautiful female cat that he had a lot of affection with, and it's like his partner almost.
We can all relate to that experience, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's really very tough.
And unfortunately, there was an appeal put out, and to help him, because he doesn't have a lot of money. He doesn't have a lot of help, and the surgery would have cost a lot of money. So thank you for everybody who donated, everybody that got the money to get him, to get to the hospital, to get to the vets, the money it costs to drive there. Things are just becoming pretty difficult, and we're not the biggest community. We can't give. We're not like Made of Millions where the Catholic Church can give a few quid here and there and pay for anything they want. So thank you everybody so much who literally just contributed whatever they could. Doesn't matter if it was $1, 1 cent, $100, whatever you did. It's the intention that's the beauty there.
Yes.
So I just want to give a little quick blessing. I hope Dan doesn't mind. For Ringo and for Dan. So I just want to ask you, if you wish, you don't have to, just to close your eyes and think of our beautiful Guru Dan, and imagine him sitting down at his desk, and he has Ringo wrapped around his neck because she felt very comfortable doing that, and it's brought down a lot of peace and friendship and company and the ability to be able to join with us and co-create these amazing moments and being an absolutely vital, what I call a step-up member into the group, whose head is very strong, and he's a great believer. He's also an extremely great healer, and he is learning to do that. And I hope Ringo can now, maybe, I'm not sure, but he may be able to even increase his healing abilities for the future, so Dan can really enjoy his life and get on with it. And you never know, there may be even another little lady in his life coming his way. So maybe Ringo was allowing that to happen. So blessings to Ringo, blessings to Dan, blessings to you all, since we're all Ringo, we're all Dan, and I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Rowie. That was very, very sweet. I'm sure Dan will appreciate all of our prayers and well wishes for him. And we know how much he misses his baby, but we also know that his baby will never be gone. The spirit will always be there with him.
Yeah, that's that. I know it sounds weird. I'm a contrast person. I'm excited now because 10 years ago I wouldn't have even considered it, you know. But now you can see how it works. You start understanding the remembering, actually, I should say, rather than understanding how it's working. And I find that beautiful. And in a way, you can. It's sad to lose a partner. It's sad to lose anyone like that. But now we know that we can be part with them again. We're no longer apart. We are now getting closer and closer. So, in the room today with us.
I can do that part if you like.
No, I'll introduce. I'll do that bit. I don't mind doing that bit.
Go right ahead.
So, I just want to introduce today, obviously, Jim's our main speaker today, main channeler. So, welcome to Jim. It's a pleasure to have you back. We have Carolina, and she's in the UK, freezing, coming from Colombia, so she must be wrapped up very well. We have Christopher from Ireland. Hope it's not too wet over there. It's cold over here as well. And we have Michelle from America. And we have Nivi. I'm not sure if I've met Nivi before, but welcome anyway. Shia from Israel. Tosha, who I think is from Las Vegas. Might be wrong. And Will, who, well, we don't know where Will's just wherever he is. Somewhere. We love you, Will. So, without further ado, please, a really big welcome to Valerie, because I know she's done it before. She's had some practice. This is her first time doing it, and I just want everyone to wish her well and for it to go well for her, and for the interactions to bring out the best for everybody who's listening, everybody who's wanting to gain some insight and some help, being the best person they have. One last announcement, sorry, I know I'm going on a bit. There will be some new Reiki classes coming up. The certificates have been made, they will be sent out. The dates for the new Reiki class and the approval of it is still in the process. So if you just keep an eye out on the website, we will let you know about that one. So, Jim, Valerie, it's all yours, guys. I'll monitor, and you just have fun.
Well, thank you so much, Rowie. We appreciate everything that you've done, too. So, he'll be working along with us in the background. You may not hear too much of him, but Rowie is still here. Thank you, Rowie. And Jim. Should we bring Jim forward?
Hello.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Very good. How are you today?
Wonderful, thank you.
I'll let you know who's in the room with me. And I just wanted to... Nivi is Shear's brother in Israel. So that's who Nivi is. And in the room with me today is Raymond, and Angie, and John, and Erica, and Mark, and Barbara, and myself. So we expect a couple more, but they didn't show up. But that's okay.
Okay.
It's actually a fairly warm day for January here in Rochester. It's going to make it into the 30s, so we're happy about that, I guess. It's rain instead of snow today. So. And anybody out there want to request anyone to come in?
Go ahead and tell if you have someone in mind.
I took some requests already, so.
Yes.
And I can't read that, so if
We
you
have
could read
𝗪𝗕,
that. 𝗪𝗕, okay.
Disdoo.
𝗪𝗕 of
Disdoo.
the blue
Disdoo, okay.
Pleiadian.
A Pleiadian, okay.
Yes.
And
We have,
any updates on 2016 Girk Fitneer? Anything to do with Hucolo? Anything exciting? Anything new? Anything changing?
All right.
Anyone that can give us information about the? So this is a new year and everything. Let's set an intention of how we're going.
we also have a couple of people asking for Endu.
Endu.
Oh.
Endu, okay.
What channel then do?
And
Isn't
Kubrick.
Kim's channel Endu?
ENDU.
Yes, okay.
Kim is going to be like going, oh my god.
No, don't worry about it.
No, she should be loving it. She should be loving it.
Okay.
We'll see who
I
comes
don't
through,
know
huh,
who's
Jim?
coming. There
Yes.
are those that are around, but I'm taking some requests. I can't read the screen though, so if there's people that they're requesting, you'll have to read it for me.
Right. We told you who they've requested. Any requests in your room there?
Stanley
Okay, any requests
Kubrick, I
here?
don't think got mentioned.
Who?
Or
Except the
Stanley
yes,
Kubrick.
who?
Stanley Kubrick.
Oh, Stanley Kubrick. Yes. And we have a request for a friendly reptilian that is a friend of one of the people here. Anybody else? Do you know Nikola Tesla is on my mind has been on my mind all day.
Oh, that
And
would be
is
wonderful.
bizarre.
Yeah, we'd be wonderful to hear
Nikola
from him.
Tesla, somebody asked for, and strangely enough, he is here. So somebody must have requested him earlier, but I don't know if he's coming through or what. So we'll see. Very
Okay.
good. I will do a little meditation, and we'll see who comes through. And have a wonderful session, everybody. So
Okay. We'll see you
I'll
later,
talk to
Jim.
you later. See you later. Hmm. Hmm. Well, since they mentioned my name so many times, I must come in. This is Nikolai. I do have a message for you. There are those out there that are working with man-made vortexes and black holes. Be very careful. These are very dangerous things to be working with. I know I worked with them myself when I was alive. But they do not use exactly the same energy as natural vortexes. So they can cause a rip in the time fabric. Believe it or not, that is a thing. So natural vortexes work with the fabric of time. However, with these man-made vortexes and black holes, they do damage the fabric of time, if not rip it. And when you do such a thing, it cannot be repaired within 1 billion years. So it's not a natural fix. And that rip in time will eventually get larger and larger and include many solar systems or whatever. But God can fix it, of course. But at this point, it is not for man to use these man-made vortexes and black holes. They will find that they will damage their own physiology. Their own selves will be damaged if they start working with these different energies, because they are not natural to how a black hole or a vortex is formed. They use their own creative energies and synthetic ways to build them. Their thought processes are very valid in creating them, of course. They can be used in other ways. So I was experimenting with these kinds of things when I was alive, and of course the government is now taking all my research material and is using it for these different things, and I was wrong to want to use this kind of energy for that idea. So I am just setting out the warning for those of you who are working with this kind of artificial black holes and vortexes, because they are not natural to the solar system or to the world in which you are bringing them into, and so they will only damage the fabric of time and fabric of existence, and will also cause damage to your physiology, because there are certain parts of the body that are attuned to vortexes and excited by wormholes and things of this nature, and they will be damaged. So please be careful. If you're using a barrier, that is good. However, these rips in the fabric of time do not heal quickly. Do not heal quickly. Is there any questions about that?
Yeah, I just want to quickly ask, is this something humans are now working upon? Is
Yes.
this a technology?
I was experimenting with things of this nature in my day and age, and all my experimental information and algorithms and etc. formulas have been taken by the government, and they are putting some of these things into use. But I am here to warn them that it is not a good idea. They have not been fully successful with some of these ideas because they do not have the right, how should I say, energy source. But when they find that source, which does exist in the earthly plane, I am very fearful that they will damage the Earth and the time fabric around the Earth, and that will not be good, because this timeline must continue to exist, and that would put a real danger for the timeline, because the Earth could be destroyed by these artificial black holes and vortexes.
Are these black holes and vortexes you talk about? Are they the product of, let's say, and we have a super collider in CERN? There's an even bigger one that's being designed in China right now, and it's not the first time I've actually had a warning about this.
Fortunately, they are self-contained, and they are not at the highest strength. So they can, if they are self-contained contained in the colliders, yes, it will damage that energy and that atmosphere within the colliders, and they will have to put them into it will destroy their usefulness eventually. So, but that is why they're building another one. They're finding that the atmosphere within the old collider is changing. So this is very important that they stay self-contained. It is not powerful enough to break through. However, once it uses all the energy within the collider, then the collider is no longer useful and must be another collider built.
Oh, that's interesting. I've not heard the information on that before. That's quite interesting, because I know they're very complicated machines. It's not something
They are, and fortunately, they are self-contained. However, if
Yeah.
they build a collider and it escapes, it will not be good.
Mm-hmm. So it's the containment issues that they're.
Right, yes.
I
But at
mean, I
this
wish.
point,
I know we want to expand our science and we want to expand our knowledge of science, but do you sometimes feel that we get too complicated with how, with our electronics, with our computers, we actually
well,
lose the
you're,
simplicity of the geometry of the universe, which can bring us so much more.
with alien help, you are beyond your understanding of some parts of this development. Do you understand that?
Yeah, totally.
And so the collider in France and Switzerland and wherever all it is under there is still useful at this time, but it will become unuseful eventually. So therefore, another collider is being built.
Yes, in China, yeah. There's
But I
wanting
understand what you're saying, and yes, the energies that are being used have been created for this particular process.
Mm-hmm.
It is not natural. You see, the natural process cannot be duplicated on your planet because it demands such concentration of chemicals and things that you cannot duplicate on your planet. Billions of tons of pressure, trillions of tons of pressure. Do you understand? Collapsed stars create these things naturally, but you cannot create a collapsed star in your collider.
Right, okay. Yeah.
It is a natural thing. It is a natural thing. It is not something that you can actually create. They think that they have done so in some ways, created some natural portions to it, but yet they have to add the artificial there to bring it to fruition, and it then becomes unnatural, and that is the danger.
Okay. Does anyone have any more questions? Because I do have a couple of questions.
Yes, Tasha has a question.
Yes,
She asks when will they allow us free energy so we won't have a power bill?
They don't allow free energy because that's not economical. It is for you, but not for the world. You see, your planet is in a financial problem at this time, and they are trying to keep afloat and keep the monies flowing so that the economy does not collapse. If they were to give you this free access to the energies, then that would be one less brick that they can use to hold the economy up, because they make quite a lot of money on you paying for your energy. Now, it will come a time when your economy will implode, and that is not far away. It looks as if China and Greece are on the precipice of falling apart at this time. By the end of the year, they might just do so. And also, that would affect the United States a great deal, of course. At this point, there is a 90 to 91% chance that China may implode, and that if Greece does at the same time, that will cause a very huge world problem, and the United States would have a 58 or 59% chance of imploding as well. That is very high, if you want to think about it.
So do you think these changes will actually help bring along the free energy options? Because
eventually, of course, your planet will have to change.
Yeah.
You will have to change your thoughts, processes, and the way that you do things, because the way you do things now is archaic. It started many thousands of years ago with one plan, and it really hasn't changed that much. You're still using the same processes to do your business as you did 2,000 years ago in some ways. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And so this is antiquated, and you must update. But to do so, at this point, you must be torn down and rebuilt.
Yeah,
And that is what
it's
the
like the House of
implosion will
Cards.
cause.
It's like the
Pardon
House of
me?
Cards. The electricity companies, the power companies, they
Everything will
hold
have to be
every single
revamped.
card at the bottom. You take all that out, everything can fall down. We don't want
Exactly.
we don't want chaos. Last thing we want on this planet is chaos. We want harmony.
Don't worry,
So,
don't worry. Let me tell you why. Because there are those that are already planning for the new regime. For the new takeover, I'm not sure that I like some of those that are planning for it, but they are there. They are there to help. The aliens are there to help. I am in spirit. I'm not helping, but I can see what is happening, and I do not wish to reincarnate at this time.
so
Nikolai?
I took over the question. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. Nikolai, I would like
Yes.
to ask if you are familiar with the Keshe Foundation.
I am familiar, but not
What is-
so familiar that I can tell you all about it.
It's to
The
do with
thing is,
plasma. It's
I
plasma
don't
physics.
pay too much attention to these establishments because I think that their basis is in the wrong intent. Do you
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
What was your just to follow that question up because I'm interested in it again. What was your understanding and comprehension of plasma physics?
Plasma physics is very interesting, very viable, and it is more natural than some of the means by which they are doing things now. Plasma has many different effects in third dimension, different than they have in other dimensions. Plasma can be a creative force. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So when working with plasma, you have to deal with it as it is an organic matter, and that it is alive in many senses. But yet, it is not sentient yet. But that is one thing about plasma, it can become sentient.
Okay, thank you.
Wonderful. I have another question from the chat. It's Will, and he would like to ask, how can we, as individuals, reposition ourselves to better handle the financial transition?
Not depend on your financial systems as much as you do. You see, when you have credit, when you are depending on other outside forces other than your own, that it makes it very difficult for you to survive once they disappear. So therefore, you see money will be of little interest in the future. So therefore, there are certain things that will be of interest. Now, gold will still be viable in the future. Why? Because you do not even realize all the different properties of gold that are not being utilized by your planet. Gold is the original color of creation in many ways, and there is some properties of gold that alchemy, remember alchemy, people trying to turn one thing into gold, another thing into gold. There was reasons for this, and it wasn't just because gold was valuable, although it was. But it has other properties that help in science. But you have to discover what they are. I can't tell you.
Thank you very much.
Gold is actually sort of magic in some ways.
That gold didn't come from this planet. Gold was somehow.
Do you have a question in your room?
Yes.
Yeah, if there's
He
a
was
question in
saying
the
that-
room, could it be repeated so
Yes,
people on
please
YouTube can hear,
repeat
please?
that, please.
I heard that gold was given to us by another planet, or somehow it was transported here or something.
Gold was not, yes, gold is not actually a natural mineral. That I can tell you. It actually is from other places and hidden in the ground for reasons and purposes that were alien to start. I do not wish to go into that conversation at this time, but that is correct.
Is an element not a mineral?
It is an element, but it is not a natural element to your planet.
No, a mineral is something like quartz. An element is something that's a basic structure of a one singular atom, not a crystal made
Correct.
up of different.
This was brought to your planet. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, yeah. Any more questions?
I don't have any on chat. Is there any in your room, Jim? Or
Is there any more questions?
I have.
Continue.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't usually ask a lot of questions, but when you come along, Nikolai, it's like, yes, my channel's open. The spirit radio. What can you tell us about the spirit radio that you invented?
Well, what do you want to know about it?
Well, there's a lot of talk about that you invented a radio that you could actually commune to spirit.
It is an interdimensional device. It's not actually. They called it a spiritual radio, but it's actually interdimensional communication. Now, in order for you to have interdimensional communication, you have to be able to resonate with both Earth sources and metaphysical sources. Now, the reason that the radio worked is because the source there, I was working with an alternate source. I was working with another being. And this is the only way I was able to be successful. There were some parts of this spirit radio that even I questioned when I was alive, but it did work. The radioactive energies within the radio were very small. They were not a great amount of radiation, but radiation has a half-life, as you know. And so, therefore, the half-life of the radiation is what brought elements from another area into existence in this area. Now, what was happening is the half-life of this radiation was able to be manipulated. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
I understand that the half-lives aren't actually, as we are taught, correct. They are intermittent.
It could be manipulated to bring...
Sometimes the half-life can be very quick, and then it can take a long time for the next radionuclei to leave the nucleus.
Well, you realize that the half-life is a release of matter from a radioactive object. You understand that?
Yeah.
Now, the radioactivity could be manipulated to bring back things instead of having them just emit.
I like that.
So therefore, it was manipulated to bring energy back from where it emitted to, and radioactive energy emits into other dimensions.
Brilliant. That is something I think some scientists are going to be going, oh my god, if we can get it all wrong.
Yes.
I'd love to see that investigated.
When you can manipulate the energy of radiation to come back and not just emit, then you have something different. And that is only one...
are you talking like a containment type of thing, so you can contain the radiation?
It can be a containment as
it's
it
very
comes
hard
back.
to contain a very fast-moving small particulate.
Well, let me continue.
Please.
The radiation can be manipulated to stop emitting as it brings things back. It can only do one thing at a time. It could not emit and bring things back at a time. So when things are coming back, then the emission stops.
I'm going to have to review it.
You will not find anything on your planet that will agree with that.
Well, I'm going to do a bit more research on it this year anyway, so that's something I'm quite excited by. So, Nikolai, thank you for your questions for me today. I don't have
Yes.
any more. I don't know if anyone else in the room has any.
I had one quick question. If you are familiar with a gentleman named Nassim Harriman, and if you could speak to us of him.
What would you like to know?
I would like to know if he is on the right track as far as, figuring out
unified field theory.
Unified field theory. That's exactly what I wanted to say.
Yes, he is on the right track, yes. But I won't speak about that too much because I do not want to influence anyone in any way when dealing with that. I am not permitted to do so.
Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
That makes sense as well, because he does talk. He also talks a lot about black holes, but he talks about a black hole being a WHOLE, a black whole of everything. So he's got some really interesting theories that I really recommend if anybody wants to get into a new science for this century and they want to be inventing or creating, go to Nassim's page and do his course.
And here's a question for you that I want your people to think about. What does a black hole actually do? If it only brings in matter, does that make sense to you? It does not make sense to me. And therefore I understand why at this point. But your scientists are at a loss with what it does with the matter. And they must understand that the matter is creative.
Yeah, you can't see my hand up, unfortunately. I was gonna answer the question. For me, a black hole is a super dense concentration of light.
Yes. Very good. And what does light break into?
I recently discovered there's a trinity to it, but I know there's the constituency of a particle and a wave. What does light break into? Other colors?
It breaks into everything.
Frequency. Yeah.
Well, light is everything. It is matter. It's density. It becomes color. It becomes everything that you know as you live. It becomes sentient. It becomes many, many things. And so it is the greatest of God's creations.
Is this the event horizon?
The event horizon is where it goes in, yes. But where it comes out is also a sort of event horizon as well.
I can't wait to see those. That's something I am so looking forward to.
Something we're inside a black hole right now. Are we?
Yeah.
That I cannot tell you. Because I am not aware of where I am at this time.
Well, you're in Rochester. I think you're in Rochester, New York, upon the planet Earth, so not too far away from
the planet Earth. I knew that was it, but there are things that I cannot say.
Yeah, I can really understand why.
Now, I must go for now. Who is coming after me?
That's a good question.
There are many requests.
Yes, if you want to just take your time, Jim. And I just want to say thank you to the 50 listeners that are tuning in right now.
And thank you so much, Nikolai. We so appreciate your presence.
I'm happy to be here. I just wanted to bring the warning about artificial black holes and vortexes, because if they are not in natural creation, they can be very dangerous and harmful. That is my biggest message for you today.
I was warned about that 10 years ago.
Thank you.
Yes. I will exit at this time.
Blessings, Nikolai.
Yes, blessings. Thank you.
Yeah, namaste. I mean, I think I could spend another 10 hours with you.
I am Elijah.
Oh, nice to meet you, Elijah.
I've come to speak to you about the present condition of the earth. There are those that are being tested. There are those that feel that their time of usefulness is gone. They are being fooled into believing that they have no usefulness. I see that there are channelers that are being shut down by false information. They believe that they have been manipulated and therefore they cannot continue. This is the work of negative energy. They were doing fine work. The information that they brought forth was valid. But they were fooled into believing that they were not telling the truth. And so therefore, their words are no more. And that will hurt the ascension. That will hurt those that were gaining in positivity from their words. Do you know of such people? I'm sure you do. Do not be fooled into thinking that when you are speaking positive and loving things, that this is a false light. Goodness, love, and understanding are not false, and can never be false, and never mislead, and never be negative. Do not believe that a spirit of light that speaks positivity, love, and fulfillment is of a negative source. If you, therefore you find a bright light that is speaking things to shut you down, to make you feel less important, to make you feel that you are not doing the right things, then that is a false light. It should be very easy to tell the difference. Are there questions?
Yes, share.
Hello, Elijah. How are you?
I am well.
First of all, thank you for coming. It's a great honor to speak with you again.
I love you dearly.
I want to ask, I lately saw a couple of posts and information about a group called the 144,000.
From the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yes, and from the information I got, I saw it's you and the Elohim who, let's say, build the group, sort of speaking.
They are from a very divergent group of people. But that is how the word must come.
I
It
see.
must not come from one source, but from many sources. And it must agree in many ways. Of course, purity on your planet is non-existent when it comes to the spoken word. But we will bring as much truth as we can to your people.
I see. I was wondering if those souls incarnated in our time and if I'm a part of that group.
There was a time when I thought that it was not possible for me to incarnate in your time period. However, things have changed, and I will be coming.
Yes, a part of you is in Matan, one of our friends.
I did not hear that. What did you say?
That, from what we know, one of my friends in Israel is a part of your soul, one of your manifestations.
There are many manifestations of Elijah,
I see.
but then they will all come together in a time coming forth.
So many of that group is already reincarnated.
This is your word for it. The spiritual world is something different. The spiritual aspect of this particular reincarnation, as you call it, will be different than a normal reincarnation. It will be of the spirit and for spiritual work only.
Okay. And one last question. I know that one of my reincarnation was Amos, the prophet. I was wondering about that prophet. It's 9 pages of mostly destruction and things in that time. Can you tell me something about it?
It was misinterpreted. Destruction is not part of who we are.
I see.
But there is some truth in the elements there. You must read. It is all symbols of things that will come. The destruction it speaks about is not of that time, but of a future time. But the destruction is necessary for the good to follow.
Thank you very much.
We are not part of the destruction, but of the edification afterwards. And those that survive through that period will be strengthened and uplifted. They will not be destroyed. They will only view the destruction and help to avoid those that are chosen from the destruction. We do not believe that destruction is something that is necessary. However, third dimension creates its own end.
Yes, we have a life of recycling of in a way you could say destruction. Nothing's ever destroyed, it just changes energy.
Exactly.
And I guess what energy you put into that recreation helps an ascension process into that.
We are here to help the ascension process. We are here to help mankind understand more perceptions of God. That He is not all understood in your realm, but it can be only seen in certain lights. We would like to broaden that perception and bring you to a fuller understanding.
Elijah, may I ask you, are you an angel?
I am not an angel.
Do you have any angelic... This is not probably a very good question.
I have angelic
qualities.
Yes, attributes.
Yes, that's what I thought.
I have dined with the angels. I have been in their realms. I have been in the highest of realms with God and sat next to him to speak, but I am not an angel.
Okay, thank you for the clarity. There's a lot of there is a lot of written information about you, and obviously through time some of it can get mixed up, and it's really, really very special that we can talk to you on this day. A very, very beautiful surprise. Thank you.
I am one that can leave the earth without dying.
That's incredible.
Sounds quite angelic. Sounds quite
Earth.
angelic to me.
I was never really part of the earth in truth. It was only there to be a guide to information, which has been manipulated over the many years, but now will come in a purity that has not been seen in many thousands of years.
So your relationship with Yahweh, and is it pronounced Baal? Baal? B-A-A-L?
Baal.
Yeah. There was a dichotomy there. There was a
that is of another nature. Yes.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. Yahweh.
I am familiar with Baal, who is an aspect of Lucifer and Satan.
Yes, and it was said that you were very, very, very prominent on talking about his, about not the danger of him, but just the, being aware of him.
Be aware of him.
Against
know
the worship
what he
of
does.
Him. Yeah.
Understand that his negativity can point you to a positive outcome. You do not have to be part of Baal to be part of the everlasting light, but you must understand that he is there to show you what is not to be and what to avoid.
Brilliant. I'm just so glad that so many things can help in this moment, even the negative things, and now positive. It's brilliant. I really, really appreciate that.
Yes.
I am here to guide you and to bring you thought processes that will only bring you to a higher realm. Now, I see that this realm can keep you down with disease, depression, and things that are negative. But if you look above it, you will find that your true self is really quite positive. That who you are is to be a positive light in the world. You should be looking at yourself and bringing your light to the surface.
Wonderful. Nivi, did you have a question?
Yes. Hello, Elijah.
Hello.
First, I want to ask if you have a message for my friend who is a fractal aspect of you.
Yes. His energy will increase. His positivity will be seen. And he is already enlightened.
Thank you. Do you know if you have a connection to me, which is relevant for me right now?
I have a connection to all those that are of the light. And so, yes, I am connected to you, and I bring forth the energy within you to be of greater nature.
Thank you. And lastly, do you have any messages for me that could be public?
There are no messages that I can bring public for you now. This is for the group.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Are you finished then?
I am.
No, I meant the questioner.
Yes, I am finished.
Okay. We have one more question if you have time.
I do.
From Tasha.
Continue.
Please go, Tasha. It doesn't appear her microphone is working.
She has a few issues with the mic. Just give her a little minute, I think. Maybe if you turn her camera off, the mic might come through better. That might. We can see your face. We just
Let
can't
me
hear
say
your voice.
this in the meantime. The energies
Okay.
on your planet have been very disruptive recently. I know that many of you have fallen into depressions and sadnesses and diseases and illnesses, but that will be over very shortly. Put your eyes on the higher meanings of your life. Bring yourself into a meaningful use to all the world. Help others and help yourself. Realize that within you there is great energy and power, and call upon that to bring you forth. I know that many cannot find it within them to muster the strength when they are feeling so low. The third dimension has a possibility of keeping you down lower than you should be, but realize who you are in the light so that you may force it out into the open. I will help you, prayer will help you, positivity will help you, and your belief system that these are correct will help you.
Wonderful. Tasha has typed her question on the chat, and she would just like to know if there's anything she can do personally that would help her family, who is rather suicidal.
You must be an example to them, and you must be a positive influence to them. Show them that they are light beings as well. They are dwelling in a dark period in the third dimension, but let them know that the soul is only of light. You can cover it over and hide it, but you cannot block it forever. Let them know that that fire, which is the soul, and that is part of God, can be revealed again, and that their light and love is necessary for them to continue in a positive realm that will bring them to a great understanding of who they are and a great and loving future. This darkness does not have to continue. Look through it and share with them how much you care for them and love them. Share with them how beautiful they are. Bring out the aspects of them that have beauty and talent and skills, and reinforce the light, and do not let them dwell only in their own darkness.
Tasha says thank you and much, much love.
Much love.
We do have another question from Dan, and he's asking, well, he's saying, my understanding is there are many possible timelines, future possibilities. What was described is merely one option?
It is this option. Of course, this timeline will interface with many other timelines at different points. But this timeline is of itself at this time. It is natural to interface with others. However, it is more pure in the sense that the ascension must happen in this timeline at the appropriate age. Does that answer your question, or was that too vague?
No,
There might be a follow-up.
The appropriate age is this time of Aquarius?
The age of Aquarius will last for a long period of time, and yes, that is correct.
Thank you. We have a question from Michelle.
Continue.
Well, that's from Lone Hawk, that one. But yeah, I think Michelle's posted it. It's about a reptilian being. Would that be better for reptilian to talk about, Jim, or would you be happy to?
I am not sure that I understand the question about reptilians.
Did you want to ask your question, Michelle, or can you?
It wasn't my question. It's Lone Hawk's question.
Lone Hawk has a question. What is it?
Elijah, would you like to have a reptilian talk about this question since it's related to...
He doesn't know what the question is yet, Roy.
I could read the question, okay? Okay, the question is about a being I might have seen in my room while sleeping. I woke up in the middle of my sleep feeling a reptilian presence, and I saw one that looked like a hybrid. It was green and had a smooth face, not like the regular reptilian. It looked shocked to see me looking at it, and then blended in with the background to disappear. Was this a real encounter, or was my friend still in the dream state?
No, this was a real encounter. Let me explain. There are many beings on your planet at this time making the Earth aware that they exist. Even though sometimes they are only there to observe, they are being able to be seen more commonly than ever before. The higher light beings, the fourth dimension in the brain, is making the eyes aware of the existence of others that are there.
Wonderful. That's all the questions I have. Are there any questions in the room with you?
I do not know.
Can we ask?
The people in the room hear us?
There are no questions in this room.
Okay.
I shall leave you now. And much love.
Much love and blessings.
Remember, you are all made of light. And even though you may not see it, look for it within yourself, in your meditations. Assign yourself to find the light within you so that you may bring it out in the way that only you can, because you are unique in the universe. There is not another that has a soul exactly like yours. Even when souls are divided, some aspects go with the part of the dissected soul, and other parts remain. So they are still unique within themselves. They will all come back together one day to be whole. Do not forget that. A divided soul will always come back to be whole at some time. It is the way it should be and the way it will be. And the greater light that is within it will be seen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, just want to extend our love, Elijah, for you coming through. I've never had the chance or heard of you coming through today until this now. So namaste, and thank you so much. If anyone else has any more questions?
I don't have any more questions here.
Because there is no chance for you not to speak again. I'm sorry, did I interrupt someone?
Yes, I did have one more question, if you're still here.
I am.
Okay, it's from Salava. And she says, hello, Elijah. Could you please answer on a personal?
Slava's boy.
Okay. I would like to share with you one emotion experience I had recently at December 17th. I remember myself like in a dream state. There was many people familiar to me, and there was one man, His energy was like a father to me. He started to say something about my little daughter, and I started crying. I'm not sure why, but for what I felt, because I can't caring about daughter on earth at this time. Then I remember like someone else trying to say something to me, and then in my inner eyes, I saw thousands of pictures in a few seconds. It was amazing how fast these pictures changed each other. And I was looking for any details of my daughter, and I was looking for her eyes. And at the end of the journey, I realized that this child will have a life. Close to me, there was a feminine energy, and I felt that she was proud of me and of this child, and I woke up. I'm not sure what happened, but I hope this child feels well. I would be grateful if you could help me to understand what happened and what it means that she will have a life. Thank you very much.
The child has been chosen, among others, as a hybrid child to shed light on more than just people of the earth, but of people in the galaxy and beyond. The figure of the male was a Christ-like energy, and the female was of Mary. Now, these two entities together were telling you that your daughter has these kinds of energies within her as well. She is creative, she is aware, and she is uplifted. More I cannot tell you.
Thank you so much. Much love.
You are welcome. I will go now.
Yes,
Be of
thank
good
you.
spirit. Lift each other up. Do not bring any sorrow to anyone. Find a way to bring only joy to those around you, especially those that find themselves surrounded by people that have much darkness. Find a joy within them. Show them who they are in the joy and in the light. Because they do not see it at this time, you must light the candle in them. The fire will burn. And you will be aware that you are helping the ascension this way, and that you are helping yourself. Because once you light a fire in someone else, the flame inside you grows as well.
Beautiful. Thank you, Elijah. Namaste,
Yes.
my friend.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Yata. I am 𝗂𝐴𝐴. Hello. How are you all? I have just come for a very short period to tell you that things are going well on the colonies. We are now going to add another colony to the 5. Colony 6 will be a colony of healing, with different kinds of healing remedies, such as 𝗂𝐻𝐻, Reiki, Galactic Reiki, and many other forms of yoga and things of this nature that are healing and help to open up other channels within the human body and brain. We are happy to announce that the colonies are operational again. Astral projections are now being accepted again. And since the beginning of January, people have been coming. Is there any questions?
Yes, maybe.
Hello, 𝗂𝐴𝐴. How are you?
I am very well. Thank you very much.
I channeled you a while ago. Do you
Yes.
remember that?
Yes.
Yes. Did you feel you were clear when you came through? Was it okay?
Fairly clear. 82%.
Oh, nice. A friend of mine asked
Yeah.
for DNA. Do you
Yes.
know if he has started the hybridization process?
The hybridization process has begun.
Oh, thank you very much.
It is not
And-
finished at this time. We are moving very slowly with this individual because there are other things we see in him. He was a little disturbed, and there were things that were bothering him, so we will move slowly.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Can you see the potential energy of the short film I'm currently writing? Can you see like a version of how it could be completed? Can you give me some guidance? Something I should know?
I am only aware of it in certain degrees. I do not know the whole thing. But yes, I believe that it is very beneficial. I see that you should, at this point, bring in some dissidence into it so that that may be resolved in a positive way that will relate to many.
Can you maybe, I didn't quite understand the last part. Can you elaborate?
You need something to offset it just slightly so that you can resolve it at the end.
Okay. Thank you very much. I pass the mic.
𝗂𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐧𝐠.
Sure.
Hello, 𝗂𝐡𝐚𝐴. How are you?
I am very well.
I just want to ask if you can come tomorrow to my session with Jim, if you are available.
I will come.
And also if you can be in touch with Remulek and the Elohim to see what kind of DNA infusion would be appropriate next.
I understand.
Thank you. Thank you very much and much love to you.
Thank you very much. Much love to you all. My news is finished, and I will leave you now. Much love to you all, and I look forward to speaking to you in your private sessions. I am very attached to many of you and would love to visit you at some time. I'm hoping that time grows close.
Thank you. Much love to her.
Much love. And namaste. Hello. Ooh.
Welcome.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, how are you?
Welcome back. Do you need
Thank
something
you.
to drink there? Yeah. Refreshment?
You know it. Yes.
It's a lot going on in there in a little time.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, he put 3 through within less than 1.5 hours. So
Oh, good.
How
They
you feeling?
brought me back to have a drink for sure. So
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
we still have a little time. If you want to if you want me to bring someone else through, I can do that, or we can stop now if you like.
It's always up to you, Jim. It's always your choice.
Hmm.
If you feel there's someone that wants to come through for a short message,
I'll
I know
find
there's
out,
quite a few
yeah.
questions, but it's up to you, my friend. Oh, I just want a quick announcement while Jim's just refreshing himself. Next week, the 23rd of January, 2016, the Hucolo webinar will be presented by Karen Newman from About Oneness. So
Yes.
we are privileged to have Karen, who will come and channel Theos, I believe, but she also has a new, let's say, off-world being, and I don't remember its name. I'm really sorry, Karen. And she may bring him through as well. So we had a little change. Jim won't be here next week, and
No, I won't be here next week. Yeah.
week after.
It's possible I'll be here the week after that. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have a chat of that in the week.
Okay, but next week I won't be here. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
definitely.
Karen is fantastic. She has, she brings in some beings that have fabulous insights, so it's really beautiful.
Yes, a Theo group, right?
Yes.
Theos. Yes. Yeah. Theos. Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
I'm sure
All right.
everybody will enjoy that. So
Tasha
please-
says she's been trying to get a hold of you to try to do a one-on-one. Tasha
Oh.
Randall. So but she
Okay, I
says she
haven't gotten
doesn't.
anything from you, Tasha.
She
yet.
must have her email wrong or something. She says she's been emailing you.
I haven't gotten anything from Tasha yet. I'm at jimreiki@gmail.com. Unless it's, do you have another name that you go by?
She goes by Miss Enlightened One.
Yeah.
No, I haven't gotten anything that by that person yet.
Tosha, have you gone through the website, Human Colony website? Because if so, that would mean Jim's not getting emails. So you've actually done us a good favour. We asked if Slava will listen to this, and Slava, can you just check that Jim's email is lined up with the right
Yes, it would be jimreiki@gmail.com. Send it to that, and I'll get it.
I'll just write that in the chat there so people can.
Okay. If she sent it anywhere else, I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I
She's
can get
got
it
it
on
now.
Skype, and I can get it on Facebook, but any other place. Well, Facebook right now is all messed up for me, so I have to have
We've
somebody
got
help
your
me
email.
just do the email or Skype. Facebook can be a problem sometimes.
Yeah, I find Skype usually the best way to leave messages as well. If you
Yes.
well, if you're
Skype and
adminning
email.
stuff. Hey Jim, did Takira tell you about Colony 6?
Yes, I knew about Colony 6.
Oh, you did. Oh, you kept it from us. Oh.
Well, we wanted to announce it. It wasn't for me to do. So
That's beautiful. That's wonderful. And just want to also wish everybody out there, because we've had over 50 viewers today. So
wow.
Whether 50 came in or we've had like people coming in and out, and I've hardly done any promotion at all. Maybe I don't need to do any anymore.
Ah.
I just come.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody likes to find out, at least for their first time. So we
Very
need to
good.
still advertise out.
All right. You know what? I think I'm pretty much done for today. I don't feel anybody out there coming in.
Okay.
So it'll be a little shorter one today, but I
That's all
think
right.
enough people came through and a lot of information came through. So
Yeah, it was very concentrated. I just want to remind everybody. I know there's been a lot of asking for people's help of recently financially, but obviously Hucolo will be expanding in 2016. Maybe in some different ways. People aren't really sure, but there will be an opportunity of having, I think it's either 150 or a 250 person hangout.
oh, wow.
So sky's the limit.
Wow. They'll be so small on the screen that you won't be able to see them.
Yeah, I'm still working out how to integrate it into YouTube and stuff, but I've invested in some into some technology which will allow us to grow a little bit more. Also help with the Galactic Reiki, get that out there, so we can have some bigger sessions rather than just 10 or 15 people in the room. We can really go out there and promote it, and that should be a lot of fun. I would have thought. While you were having your break, I did just mention that Karen will be there next week, 23rd Jan. She will be running the Hucolo webinar. Is there anything?
Is there anyone who'd like to do a
Karen?
blessing today?
Actually, hold on one second. Disdoo is here.
Oh.
He's the captain of the ship around the United States North American continent. And he has, I guess he wants to say something. I'm not sure what. But hold on. Before you do the blessing, I'll bring him in real fast.
Awesome.
I am Disdoo, captain of the ship. I heard that someone requested my presence today.
Greetings, Disdoo. Yes, Broey. Yeah, I requested you earlier on today, so thank you just for coming and saying hello.
For me?
Not really, no. I just miss you. I just wanted to hear you and talk to you. I know you're busy. I know that if it wasn't for you coming through in 2013, a lot of this wouldn't have always, it wouldn't be the way it was. So maybe it's a bit of a late Christmas. Thanks.
I was the first to come through with Max, yes.
Yes.
It was my place to be the first. Protocol would say that the captain of the ship would be the first to come through to speak to Max about scientific matters. And since then, I am very proud to say that things have developed very nicely. There have been rough spots along the way. However, we have managed to get through them and still expand and grow. At this point, we are not going to stop. We are going to continue to expand and grow until first contact, which will be another growth spurt, and in a very different way. So I am very happy and pleased with all the things that are coming along. Even though Mother Earth has been very disruptive, she means very well. She is calming down, but her energies have disrupted many things. But we are getting back into order at this time, and we are very happy to say that things will be even better once things settle. Now, if there was any message that I was going to bring to you, it would be that I am very happy that so many of you are talking to 𝗂𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐥𝐢𝐬𝐧𝐠 and 𝗂𝐻 about wonderful things, healings, and things of that nature. We want you to be well so that you can move forward as quickly as possible. 𝗂𝐻 has been kept very busy with all of you. In fact, he has become one of the more requested fellows when it comes to your channeling sessions. He is now doing a lot of medical work and healing with your people. We are still learning about your physiology and your diseases and things of this nature and how your enzymes and hormones work, but it seems that we are coming to a point where we're able to help at least somewhat every person that we speak to. That gives me great joy, because I know when you are in good health that you feel and can react better, and the ascension can rise faster. And we are very thankful for that. I personally want to just say that it is an honor to help your people. We are working very hard on the especially seismic at this time, because there are several different places on the planet where seismic is in question. Also, the weather, of course, is always a challenge. But we are trying to keep as many people out of harm's way as possible and calm down the storms as quickly as possible. It is sometimes very difficult to even begin to calm down a storm because we cannot really interfere with nature as nature is, if you understand. We can, after it starts, find ways to bring it to a faster conclusion. But it is hard to understand, and because there are so many diversities in how your weather starts, to help it to move in a positive way. We can actually help it in some ways, but sometimes that could make it worse instead of better. So we have to wait till it starts to know what to do. Does that make sense to you? So we are doing our best to keep people out of harm's way.
Is there much effect from our own geoengineering? How do you deal with our geoengineering when it comes to our atmosphere?
Actually, there is some dangers in your geoengineering because it sometimes stirs up a greater amount of energy than it should instead of softening it. So we do deal with it as it comes, and we have spoken to the governments of your planet about it and asked if we could possibly help with that, and they have suggested that they just send some of the information to us so that we can review it and see if they're doing it properly. Now, we can say yes or no, but that is all we can do. We cannot change any of the algorithms or the way they do things, but we can say yes, you're on the right track, or no, please do not do that.
Mm-hmm. I understand, because I know some of the installations actually got shut down.
Yes.
But I know they got reopened again, and I was wondering why.
They're on a better track at this point. Yes.
Yeah.
But there has been much damage done by some of them, and so we are helping to try to correct some of that damage. But once Mother Nature is damaged, it takes a while to fix. You cannot just easily put a Band-Aid on it. It's not that way. It has to be fixed in a very proper manner. And there are certain energies that are healing and certain energies that are not. And to heal it properly, you must have the proper energy.
Interesting. More scientists need to listen to this.
Yes. There are 32 kinds of energy. 26 of them, or 27 of them, are actually positive.
Okay, there was a question from Carolina. Valerie, would you like to read it? Or you allow me the interaction. Okay. Her question for Disdoo is whether there are other ships willing to follow the colony creation and connect with us. Is there other alliances, other groups that also are having an experience as we are?
Actually, we have, as an alliance, 18 ships around your planet. So there are other alliances that are also working with us in some ways, giving us information and things of this nature. They are not actually putting their hand into the work, such as the helping with weather and things of that nature, but they are giving us recommendations on how to be better equipped for seismic, volcanic, and weather. Now, these other alliances, Ashtar Command, the Alliance of Planets, that is several hundred planets in the galaxy, but they are not close by, actually. But they do give us information. The light workers that have their alliances and the Federation of Light, yes, that's what it's called, and different other associations and colonies and things of that nature that are helping us. We are all attached in the fact that we have one goal, but we do not all work in the same way, and we do not all believe in the same tactics, and we do not all have the same work ethic. So therefore, there are many different ways that people are helping, but we come together to discuss it often. And also, the Kesha's planet and their population are also very helpful in giving commentary or advice or counsel if necessary, and telling us exactly how they see things going. And so it is good to see all the different perspectives around the universe and galaxies of what is happening with the Earth, because the Earth is a very important place, of course, a chosen planet, if you will, a planet where much life can result from. And so therefore, there are many who want to consult with us, since we are the one with the hand in the actual helping hand to the planet, where others feel that they cannot do such a thing, we are able to.
Okay, Tasha has a question. She would like to know if the diamond-shaped orbs she sees and records at night, who are they?
Yes. The diamond, well, the diamond is for you to find out who that they are someone that is important to you. That is a particular species that will name itself when they are ready. That's the protocol for this particular one. We do not like to name them if they want to remain anonymous at this time, but I will tell you that they are a helpful group and they are not malevolent in any way.
Okay, I have another question from Barbara Joy Livingheart. And she asks if there has been anything done about the methane gas leaks in California, and if you know what caused it.
Some of that information is classified by your planet and governments, and so I, knowing that, cannot give you all the answers. But yes, they know what caused it, and there is something being done about it. We are also helping in the cleanup of this particular problem.
Thank you so much. Much love.
Just one last quick one, unless anyone else has one, please.
Continue.
Now, I have expressed before my obsession with nuclear, non-all power radiation, whatever. I'm fascinated with the science. It's just been recently some footage released about sightings of UFOs at Chernobyl. Now, I know there was sightings in Japan of recent, and if what was told at Chernobyl, what they did,
they actually helped. They helped. Yes, I know exactly what you're referring to. Sightings seen at Chernobyl before the Great Meltdown, we actually helped it to be less than it was. Also in Japan, whenever they had the meltdowns there with the tsunamis and etc., we were sighted. Some said that we were there to destroy the machine, or we caused it, but actually we were there to help it. And many witnessed the saucers there to help the reactors not to explode.
So was that a Girk Fitneer thing at the time, or was that more of a individual?
It was. it was not only Girk Fitneer, but other species as well were active in this to help
Yeah.
us with the timeline continuation. If the 3 reactors would have blown at the same time, the timeline would have been in question, and we could not let that happen. Also, Chernobyl, the sightings at Chernobyl before the great explosions, reactors, were also seen. You can now also go to Chernobyl without radiation being a problem. Do you know that?
Yeah, it's actually becoming an absolute not a paradise, but it's really becoming natural. It's actually quite.
The half-life of the radiation was cleaned up quite a bit by forces other than your own.
Okay. Yeah,
You
that's
understand that
interesting.
animal life and plant life have returned to that area.
Yeah, very much so. Into proportions where it's like this shouldn't be happening. People are starting to
Exactly.
question, saying that what we theorize on how radiation affects us. They're like, why are
Exactly.
these? We should be expecting all these
It is
mutations.
not natural what is happening there, but the Earth has approved of what we have done.
Beautiful. Well, I just want to extend my thanks for the help, because I know that was a very stupid experiment that happened at Chernobyl. I don't know what happened exactly in Japan, if it was what it was, but I know there was an experiment going on at Chernobyl which shouldn't have been happening. And yeah, thanks for coming in and helping.
Okay. Michelle, did you have a question?
Yes, thanks, Val. Hi, Disdoo. Nice to meet you, Michelle.
Hello, Michelle.
So I've had what I can't tell if my mind is playing tricks on me or if when I sometimes look at the stars and they start dancing, if that is craft or if I'm just seeing things.
When the stars start dancing, that means that there is a ship in that area you cannot see. It is invisible, but the energy causes the stars to look like they are dancing because the energy is moving around the ship. Do you understand?
I do. So it looks like it'll be like a circle and then it'll connect energy like in a line, like as in movement. And then it almost looks like it's doing a little dance, so that it is craft then?
Yes, moving through the area.
Okay, and you know what area I am in? And do we get a lot of activity here?
You are you in the Florida area?
I am not. I'm in the Shenandoah Valley area.
Ah. Well, there are 3 ships around the United States. I was only guessing.
Okay.
𝗪𝗚𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓. But yes, there is much activity on the West Coast, Florida area, and they do pass through your area quite often.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Is that all, Michelle?
I believe that I must go.
Yes.
There are some control issues that I must take care of.
Well, thank you very much for your time. We very much appreciate it, and much love.
Much love to you, and continue to move forward.
Yes. Blessings and safe trip.
Thank you, Disdoo, for everything and everything that Girk Fitneer do from the deepest of our hearts, and
Yes.
from energies we don't even understand. Please allow us to show our appreciation for everything you've done the last few years, and let's carry on the good work. Thank you, Disdoo.
Yes. Very well.
Thank you, brother. Much love.
Thank you. Namaste.
Wait, think of that.
Okay, goodbye all. Just want to say Happy New Year, 2016. Obviously there is the websites think we've got 3 websites at the moment. The main one is humancolony.org. There's another one, a new one called the Ning Forum. So we have another more interpersonal way of talking and chatting about things. So if you Google Hucolo Ning, you will find that, or go to Hucolo Ning. And there's also a Girk Fit-NIIR.com website as well. So there's a little bit of segregation with websites at the moment, but whatever one you resonate with the most, please go to that. Most updates will be on the main human colony because it's WordPress and we can update that really, really easily. And I look forward to seeing you there at Karen's webinar next week for Hucolo. So thank you very much, everybody, and we'll hopefully see you next week for chatting the week and have a little bit of fun.
Yes, and welcome back, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything today. Your time has been so appreciated. You brought through so many entities and brought through so many answers. We all appreciate it so much and give you so much love.
Hey, it's I feel very blessed to be able to work this way, so thank you.
Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us, everybody on YouTube, everybody who will join us later at a different date. We appreciate everybody's watching and learning, and please join us again soon.
Very good. Have a great day, everybody. Much love.
Thank you to Valerie as well.
Much love.
Thank you, Valerie, for coming in and doing this.
Valerie and Rowie.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah,
thank you, Rowie.
Valerie.
It really means a lot because Sabrina for me is a rock. You know, when we do the event, so to have someone of her caliber to do this with is really special. So special thanks from me as well, Valerie.
Thank you, and thank you for helping me with everything today. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Much love, everybody.
Okay, much love.
Till next time.
Till next time.
Till next
All right,
now.
bye-bye.
Go watch Star Wars.
And
Everybody,
so it is.
Go watch Star Wars.
Oh, Star Wars.
They're actually paying me to say that.
And they're paying you for that?